Excellent moment to every one of us. We greet us today, being 31st of July 2025. It's a Thursday, and every Thursday we are here again for accurate connection revolution of the global clusters. We are saying instead of NSAS, instead of end bad governance revolution, instead of all the revolutions that have never yielded anything positive to us as a people, as a nation, we are calling ourselves in the voice of the global president, Ambassador Adekunle Badmus. We are saying, come let us do accurate connection revolution, where we build on our social capital for us to see how we can all work together in collaboration for a better nation. And here today we have the 001 accurate connection of the global clusters, in person of Madam Collect, all the way from the US. We say thank you so very much for your time. We know it's early for you to be busy with other tasks, but you sacrifice this moment for us, for the nation building. We say thank you for all you do for humanity. We appreciate your coming. Thank you, Ma. And we greet everyone, of course, on YouTube, everyone on Facebook, on Instagram, on X, and on LinkedIn of the Global Cluster channels. We say thank you and welcome. We have no doubt that today also is going to be another wonderful moment with our Mommy Collect today. Ma, thank you. We really appreciate it. We never take for granted. Thank you for all you do, Ma. Yes, as our custom is, we'll introduce ourselves to today's Accurate Connection Revolution by letting us see and the Accurate Connection video promo. Host, kindly share the video of the Accurate Connection Evolution. Thank you.
Human connection is the heartbeat of progress. Welcome to the Connections Revolution. In a world that often feels disconnected, this movement celebrates the power of relationships. At Global Clusters, we are here to foster meaningful connections that go beyond the surface. Connections that inspire, support, and unite. By prioritizing empathy, active listening, and shared experiences, we can create a culture of care and belonging. Together, we build networks that strengthen communities and transform lives. Think about it. Every handshake, every smile, every conversation holds the potential to change someone's world. When we embrace the Connections Revolution, we make every relationship a step toward unity. So this is your moment to join the movement that changes the world, one act of compassion at a time. Visit theglobalclusters.org to be part of the Connection Revolution. Stay tuned for the latest updates, events, and insights. Remember, every meeting, every connection matters. Together, we can make humanity thrive. Connect, empower, thrive.
Connect, empower, thrive. Together, we can create a community where humanity thrives. Thank you so very much, Mommy Collect. Kindly have the floor, ma. Thank you, ma.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Clusterian Otusaju Lushi. Thank you so much. God bless you. And I say a very good day to everyone listening in all around the world. As I stand on the existing protocols always here, extending my greetings to the ambassador, his dear wife, and his boys. Like this podcast or this global platform cannot be in existence if he actually did not build the accurate connection in his home, if he did not actually foster the love, the care, the unity, and all that is needed to bring families together. If he did not do that in his home, we cannot have this because charity, they say, actually begins at home. So we give him kudos and we pray that God Almighty will continue to support him and support each and every one of us who are keyed and hooked on to this great ship that is sailing through the waters of progress. So that's my prayer. And today, without taking much of your time, so that we can have other uh, people listening in to bring in their submissions, together we can all put our hands on deck and begin to look forward to the gains of this global platform under global clusters. In no time, I want to discuss today family and parental disconnect. Why am I delving into this? You all will ask. I'm delving into this because the first friendship we make, the first handshake we give, the first hug and kisses we give to one another starts from the family. A father will love a wife. They will have kids, and those kids will fall under that umbrella of love and unity. And on a platform and a bedrock of honesty, empathy, compassion, love, and humanity. That family thrives. That family becomes a model. That family becomes an example. So today we are talking about family and parental disconnect. What do I mean by family and parental disconnect? It's the disadvantage, how it affects the well-being of our society, how our world can be held still because of some ills we have embraced along the line. That's why I said, even accurate connection, you cannot connect with a stranger outside without starting your connection. Like I said, charity must begin at home. All that we do, we must first of all put them to practice, we put them to good use within the tenets of our home or within the four corners of our homes. If you don't know how to love a wife, you can't go out there to love somebody you don't know. If you don't know how to love your children, you can't go out there to love children you don't know. So it all begins from the home. We must start somewhere, and the home, it's the proper place. The home is a place where we do all that. Now it's not like that anymore. A lot has happened. The family unit used to be a family that is close knit. They share, they love, they unite in harmony. That you hear they say, that family is built. They tell you that family you see is a family that when you see them, they are men of integrity, they are women of integrity, men of good values, honest men, honest family, honest children. It's the value. It's something that when we put all this on the table, we find out that a lot is gone wrong. We ask ourselves, the family disconnect, parental disconnect, families are no longer together, families don't pray together, families don't do things together, families are separated, families are divided, families are no longer in sync. There's no synergy. Everybody just wakes up and goes their ways. Some mothers don't even know where their children are. Some mothers don't even know what their children are doing. Some fathers, some children don't even know their fathers. They leave the house in the morning, they go to work. In the course of looking for their daily bread, they forget that the first job God has given man is your family. They are your children. They are your legacies. They are your tomorrow. They are your future. They are the nation. If we don't have families, we don't have, we don't have the family units, the world will not be standing today. A world where you don't have families anymore, then the world is void. The world is empty. So we look at all this and we begin to ask ourselves, how do we bring back this? What is disconnected? It's just like you unplug. You have you can connect to lights, electricity when you put on the switch. It's like the switch of the family disconnect is like a switch that is gone off. That switch needs to be repaired. That switch needs to be put back on so that families can thrive again in love, again in unity, again in all the values that God has given to man for man to thrive, for us to live intentionally, for us to be purpose driven, for us to live out the destinies, great destinies God has given to us. A lot of destinies have been derailed. Like a young boy who is left to grow, he comes back from school. Nobody checks his books. Nobody knows whether he has brought something home. He moves again from his home. He's hanging out with boys. You don't know whether he's going to join the secret cult. You don't know whether he's going to join the wrong group. And before you know it, that child is into drugs because all that lifestyle is synonymous with drugs, synonymous with crimes, and you don't know that son. He comes back home to sleep. You barely can even look at his face. He can barely not look at your face. And at the end of the day, we start blaming Satan when Satan is at peace with us, knowing fully well that God who created us is bigger than him. Sometimes we make him our uninvited guest because we have opened that door for a strange stranger to walk in. So these things are the things we need to look at. We need to tell ourselves. We need to speak to the parents. We need to talk to elders. We need to talk to the people that matter in our society, in our communities. Family values, bringing back good family values. A child comes, he starts lying, you don't know what he's told you, and you don't bother to check. Parents don't even bother to check the books of their children. Schools are on holidays back in Nigeria now. Schools are on holidays. The back to school program is on in the US now, where a lot of parents are invited for counseling, for them to come and talk and all that. You start wondering what has gone wrong. It's all over the world. Some time ago, while I was listening to news here in America, a young boy brought gun to school and killed some students and killed some teachers, snuffed life out of them. And guess what? This is the American system is a good system where you must pay for what you have done. We pay for what we have done in back home, but our laws are not really that very strong. Our institution is not really built on a very strong and solid foundation. But here they have it. And before you knew it, we started hearing that, oh, a father bought a gun for a child as a birthday present, and that child had been flagged. He still went ahead to buy that gun for the child. But do you know what? The father, the child now are being charged. The father will spend the rest of his life in jail. The child will spend his life or he spend the rest of his life, in jail. So why, if we must give good and perfect gift, the Bible says we should give good and perfect gift of values, honesty, integrity, good character, good attitude, and a lifestyle that the child can grow with, and he becomes a leader in the society. He becomes somebody to be reckoned with in the society. Like that generation now, it's ended. The man, the son, the young boy, and the father will spend the rest of their lives in jail. Back in Nigeria, we see, you go under the bridge, you just see children moving around. You see children hawking. You see children begging. You see the values are gone. You start wondering, where is the mother of that child? Yes, we know. Let us not hide under the guise of hardship. Yes, it is hard, but no matter how hard it is, we can still stay strong. No matter how difficult life becomes, human beings are meant for difficult times. They will come and go. They will not be there forever. It is better for you to go through and eat the bread of hardship in the morning, and in your night you eat the bread of peace. I mean, why will a father abdicate his throne of duties? Why will the mother abdicate her motherly throne of duties? All because they are pursuing money. Money cannot bring you joy. Money cannot give you total happiness. Money cannot give you peace. There come a time where you will need what money cannot buy to live out your life, to be able to put your family together, and they become role models in the society. So, well, let us go back and begin to look at these things. In our times when we were growing up, our mothers worked, they supported our fathers. They had things doing. Some had tomato gardening, some were sewing mistresses, teachers, doctors, nurses. It's been there before, but the woman will still find time to go through the books of her children, to ask questions. We normally used to sit down at the table, family dinner. Everybody's at the table. That is when the father will begin to advise. That is when the father will begin to talk to us. That is on that table of dinner, we hear words of wisdom. We listen. Bible verses are quoted. They were not pastors. They were not uh, men in the pulpit. They were fathers who were really on their godly duty post. They were mothers who were really on their godly duty post. All they just want to do is to raise a family. You see them, when you see the struggle, you admire the struggle. The struggle did not bring them out to be nasty. The struggle did not bring them out to be frustrated. The struggle did not bring them out to come out and begin to tell you, no, I cannot. They hung on. But nowadays it's not like that. Any little thing, the woman is, oh, everything, every life is lived on the social media. Yes, social media, the world of IT came in. Because the world of IT came in, no good thing can come and destroy the foundation of life. Man has just created that excuse. Everything is done on another new life, which is not real, is on the social media. We all know that. We all see them. And when the true story comes out, we go like, wow. But we all know that the social media, uh, all those things we see, they are all just distractions. But the family that is built on a solid foundation knows that those things are just entertainment for the eyes. I was listening to Jenna Bush, watching her program, the former president of America, the daughter, has a podcast. She was a teacher, and while they were talking about parental duties, she told the world, because that program is watched all over. She told the world that her children don't have cell phones. But back in my country, you find parents, that is what we want to give them. And when we give them, we don't go on the parental guide or the parental control. The child uh, takes in garbages, the child takes in the bad things can get in quicker than the good ones. And they don't sit down to check these children. And these children start learning how to. A lot they do, you can learn. All those evil vices, all those ill vices, you can learn from the social media. Your child leaves the house, he gets to school, you don't know whether he was in class or not, and he comes home, he's doing his own thing, you are doing your own thing. In fact, parents are no longer example to their children. Some children will tell you, oh, I saw my mom with a bottle of stout, I saw my mom drinking. I mean, when those values are gone, how can we thrive in that society? How can we go out there and begin to give a message to the world that we can thrive, we can build a better society, we can build a better nation? A nation thrives, like I said, in a world where we can overcome all these family issues that are not in line or in sync with human behavior. The behavioral attitude of man determines how great that family, that nation, that community can be. How can we bring back our values? How can we reset our values? How can we remold our values? How can we sit down and begin to chart and correct those ills that have eaten into our society through parental and family disconnect? How? The teachers in our schools can only not do much. It is a collaboration of the parents, caregivers, men and women of repute in a community and in a society. We must bring back those values that shape man, those values that shape the future of our nation. There are a lot, and thank God for global clusters. It is a voice, it is a place to anchor, it is a place to spread out, it's a place where critical thinking is done, it's a place where things are shared. I look forward to see, like the ambassador said, that time will come, the Accurate Connection Revolution will have a school where integrity will be taught, where honesty will be taught, where goodness will be taught, where how to become purposeful, how to become futuristic will be taught, how to advance, how to improve, how to build. So we look forward to seeing that, at least when that happens, other organizations will key in, because building a society, building a family, like I said earlier, is a collaboration. It is not just for the father and mother alone or for just one person. No man is an island. We all come together and begin to build and help and proffer solutions to the ones that have gone astray. Back in Nigeria, we have a lot of youths who have really gone astray. How do we bring them back? We can bring them back through orientation, through word of mouth, through uh, advices, through care, and through rehabilitation for those who have really gone wild. They are out there. It's not the fault of their own. Like I said earlier, a child starts operating in a different world. You, as a mother, as the first friend of your daughter or your son, you can tell. How do we walk through this? Mommy Michelle, some days ago, called me. She was really in pains. And she said to me, I'm in Abuja. The girls I see, they are almost naked. This is not a society that I once knew. And I said to her that mothers have abdicated their duties. Fathers have. Some of those children out there, some of those girls out there, they were not raised properly. Their mothers are enjoying what they are doing. They are breadwinners in their homes. They come. And they come with an iPhone that is the latest, and you know that your daughter cannot afford that, and you are not asking. Some mothers even clap for them. Some mothers even support them. They'll tell you, I'm praying for you. How can you be praying for a child who wakes up throughout the day? You see her sleep out, you see her sleep in the night. Once it is 6 o'clock, she's up and doing. She's gone back to the street, and before you know it, somebody picks her. How can you pray for such a child to prosper? That's not prosperity, because at the end of the day, in your night, that child will bring pain and sorrow to you. And that child too, well, no, at the end of the day, you don't give what you don't have. That same child was not given proper trainings. She will not give birth and give her own children proper trainings. So that is what it is. What goes, what goes around comes around. It's something that does not it does not augur well. It does not come out well. It's never well. Let's not pretend that all is okay. It's not okay. And when Mommy Michelle lamented about this, and she asked, how can we? And I said, we have so much. We must start from families. If only the pregnant woman who is pregnant for her child would have a way of taking an orientation class, telling her, even a child in your stomach begin to talk, because they hear you speak the word and you live by the word, and raise them in the fear of God. They don't have the fear of God anymore, because those days we were taught uh, religious knowledge, and the part of the religious knowledge was to shape our moral ability. There's so much immorality there. There's so much going on out there. So much. The girls are into prostitution, into drugs. The boys are into. If you look at, the global statistics on drug use, you'll be shocked. Like I told Michelle, some people are the parents are the ones selling them. Parents are the one trading in them. So the values and the core values of a family well-being must start from the home. Father, mother, children, family. They must reconnect back to the moral switches. They must connect back to the switch of integrity. They must they must connect, reconnect back to what life's values are. We cannot just say, oh, we are thriving. We can go out there and thrive. We can go out there and do things. We can go out there and become somebody. No, we must first of all build our homes, because those homes are part and parcel of what is put out there in the society. If we build a society today of intellectuals, if you build a society today of good entrepreneurs, good sabipreneurs, good uh, leaders, our society would be free from crimes, from drugs, from immorality. Everyone will begin to chart a path of success, of progress. We cannot progress when the whole, the bedrock of the whole is not properly laid, when the foundation of the homes are not properly laid. We must look beyond the present society. You go to families. Well, I don't think families pray together anymore, because father is going to come back very late. There are some fathers who don't even see their children for like 5 days, yet they live in the house. They've not even seen their results, yet they pay school fees. The mom does not know who her children are anymore. They are total strangers to her. She cannot look into their faces for them to look back at her. We just live in a world of pretense. We just live in a world of so much great lies that at the night of such parents, they'll be crying wolves. They'll be accusing the devil when they actually left their primary responsibilities in the hands of housemates, in the hands of neighbors, in the hands of people they did not actually veto. Rape is going all around the world because parents are no longer there. Some children live with it. They cannot even voice out. You go to our local communities, around, you go to Ibejuleki, go to those places, go to those rural areas, go and hear stories of how young children are being raped on a daily basis because the mother left her duties. Some of them are not even well informed. That is why I would wish that the global clusters would uh, progress further in profiling solutions, resolutions to the larger society, especially our society back home, where parents will go through school of orientation to reorient them again on parenthood, on family, on how to raise their children. And parents must be able, like having a section where they'll come and be able to share their pains and be able to open up and get counselors, global clusters counselors, who will sit down with them on a one-on-one basis, could be from the phone, and begin to counsel them. They'll have, will have global clusters, will have that helpline. The helpline will be a hotline where men and women of repute who have been tested, who have been pruned from the core of their being, will take phone calls of such and partner with local governments, partner with state governments to be able to recruit people who will go out there from door to door advising parents on parenthood and how to raise families and bring back our family values. We are Africans. We were built with so much family values in us. We were built with the fear of God. We were born with the fear of God, but now it's no longer there. We want to live, we want to live a world that is very viral and toxic, a world that is not real. It's the fakeness of all the worlds that we live in now. All is on different platforms. And some people think that that's a way to live. You just live your life that is not real under wrong exposures. Go to homes, you find a parent, a child will be in a corner, another child will be at a corner, all with their phones. They are all living in one house, they are communicating through their phones. There's no one on one talk, there's no family dinner, there's no family prayers. The Bible says the family that stays together, that prays together, stays together. There's nothing like that anymore. The love of God is gone completely. The love of man is gone completely. All is waxing cold. We are all just saying it's end time. The world is not going to end yet. The world with us, it dwells with us. The world lives in us. And the world can be beautiful when we live it out in in a godly way, or in the way God has charted for mankind, for humanity. We can take back all that we feel that is missing and begin to fill in the missing links. What is missing? What has gone wrong? Go to motor parks, go to hospitals, go to churches, go to, thank God that a lot of these other bigger societies, they are banning cell phones from school. You go out there sometimes at the airport, everybody seems to be on their phone. Somebody is walking on the road, that person, a child, you will talk to the child will go and ask Google. Google gives them information. Google gives them plays the role of a mother and father to them. Knowledge gone wrong because some values have not been instituted into that home. But some families are still trying. They still find time to lock horns together, to sit down together, to have family meetings together, to go, they do things together. They ride in their cars together, father, mother, children. Sometimes some families insist on doing that because in so doing, you are building that family bond that is in tatters. You are building that family bond that will last forever. That family bond that will give you peace and rest. That family bond that will help a nation thrive and grow. We intentionally must build this bond. We must not let the disconnect between uh, human beings bring about a world that is suffering from moral decadence, a world that is going into wrath. That wasn't God's plan for man. Let us in our schools, as teachers, as caregivers, as parents, let us learn to pick up these values we knew our foreparents left down for us. What family name, what family legacy are we going to leave? What family legacy are we going to leave? How can we impact our environment positively? How can we impact our, because our environment is a component of our families. We cannot deny ourselves. You cannot, if you have a beautiful home, you have a beautiful society. If you have a home that is thriving, you have a society that is thriving. If you have a home that is intentionally very positively ready, you have a society that is intentionally positively very ready. Progress grows. So let us begin to look at the things we do. If you are a parent and you are listening in, please go back and let your conscience have a meeting with you. What am I doing wrong? The children are on holidays. How much have I spoken with them? Don't abdicate your parental duties to a housemaid. And that housemaid with you, that worker with you, treat that worker well. Train that worker. Make that worker a responsible person in the society. Don't make that worker a slave. Because at the end of it all, what you throw out there comes back to you. If you throw goodness to another person's child, goodness will return to your children. So let us begin to look at areas. There are so many areas we can look at in our lives. Even me talking with you now, there are so many areas I will look at in my life and begin to ask. It's not too late. It's never late for man to adjust. It's never late for man to learn. The only time man stops learning is when breath goes off. But as long as we have breath, age is not a barrier. Condition is not a barrier. Society is not a barrier. We can cut across all these barriers and begin to chart a path that will bring that connection to our families, and it will span to our children. And our children will in turn take it into their own society. They will, when they go to school, a well-behaved child from home is an example to a child that is dishonest outside. A well-behaved mother is an example to a dishonest woman out there in the marketplace. A well-behaved father is uh, an example to a disgruntled parent out there. So let us begin to build these values. And I pray that at the end of it all, our purpose driven life will be achieved to help build our community, our society, and our nations, and the nations of the world. Let us live again with these core values. Let us live again with the integrity. Let us live again with the honesty. Let us live again with the truthfulness and the righteousness that we were born and created. God made us. Everyone is wonderfully and fearfully made. There's no one God made and made lesser. So let us help ourselves. Let us spread the message. And we pray that those children who are lost in our society, those children who have gone astray, that they will all return back home. And I challenge mothers today, I challenge fathers today, where are your children? You are the guardian of those children. God will always hold you responsible because you are the caretaker, you are the first caretaker, you are the first friend of your children. So if you don't have friends in your children, you don't have friends in your wife, you don't have friends in your husband, amongst yourselves, there's no unity, there's no love. Empathy will never grow in that. Yes, True love will always inhibit love. But when you don't have all that, then there's a plus, there's a minus. And if there's a minus, there is a going down. So let us all walk vibrantly with the spirit of having to recharge and reconnect our families back to the values, the core values we were born with, those values that God gave us, those values that are embedded in us, those values that makes us total human beings. Let us begin to live them out. And as we do, I pray that global clusters will become an avenue of repairs, an avenue to rebuild, an avenue to reconnect children back into the society positively. I pray that, and I look forward to seeing that happen very soon, in no time. All this we pray. And as I yield back and allow our other clusterians and the ones listening in to give their contributions or their submissions, I want to say, please don't condemn yourself. Don't underrate yourself. There's nothing that is fault today that cannot be repaired if it is submitted. That is why I'm looking forward to see the ambassador, working with the ambassador Adekunle Badmus, working with the stakeholders of global clusters, that very soon will come out with rehabilitation programs, will come out with orientation programs that will help rebuild, remold our society. Those hotlines where people who are distressed can call and they'll get help. Where once in a while, the state government will partner with global clusters. They'll be all around the schools, bringing resource people to come and teach values again, to come and teach honesty, to come and teach integrity, to come and teach trueness, to come and teach the right things that can make the human being stay on top and remain on top forever. I pray that global clusters will partner with various organizations, especially the drug organization, will partner with the health organization, because our young girls are being raped on a daily basis. Father is raping a child and nobody is, that child, there is this spirit of incest. There, some parents have started using their children to procreate, which is wrong. They don't even know. Some of them will tell you, oh, it's the devil. No, it's not the devil. If they get proper orientation, they will not do that. And if they have done that, I pray global clusters, like I said earlier, would have an opportunity in our society to partner with the government, to work assiduously with the government so that we can get solutions on the table where we can bring down the rate of drugs, where we can bring down the rate of rape, where we can bring down so many vices out there, where we can bring down and eradicate courtesan crimes totally. I pray that, and I yield back, and I wish everyone well. That is why I still said it is a message today. Don't condemn yourself. If you find yourself struggling with a child, know out there that parents are with you. Know that God is with you. Know that you can start with the ambassador. Come out and tell the ambassador, oh, I listened to 001 Accurate Connection, and she mentioned some things that touched my children. And I will be very ready to work with Ambassador Kunle. And I know that a lot of us listening in will be very ready to work, to go to sit down and begin to counsel and begin to provide solutions to such brokenness in our society. So thank you very much, and God bless everyone.
Wow. Thank you so very much, ma.
God
In
bless
fact,
you.
you really shared a lot, and we are all blessed, so favored and fortunate to be on the call today and to be with you in the studio. And we are so sure that as many that are following up on YouTube and Facebook also are getting real value. And we employ everyone on YouTube and on Facebook to drop their submissions on what Mommy Collect shared with us today. Thank you so very much, Ma. Before we go, I would like to get submission from Mr. Olufimilayo Bakare, sir. Are you on the call? Can you have your voice, sir? Mr. Olufimilayo Bakare, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, are you on the call? Can you add your voice? Mr. Olufimilayo Bakare, sir. Okay, if it's busy, um, Amechi, could you please unmute and add your voice? Amechi, Amechi. All right, Customer Fares, can you add your voice, sir?
Yes, Mr. Shea, thank you very much. I want to appreciate Ambassador Adekunle Badmus. I want to thank our Global First Lady, and I want to thank our spokesperson, Mama Colette. I have been collecting, good things from you. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Okay.
And
Well,
yes, ma. It's an amazing topic, family and parental disconnect. So I would like you to quickly answer some questions. I have them in like three parts, or I would say segments. I have reflective and personal connection questions. So like out of maybe 7 or 8, because of time, I just picked 3. And under societal or cultural impact questions, I have just one. I just picked one. Then the last segment, which is youth focused questions, I picked just 2 out of about 5. So let me just quickly read them out. For the reflective and personal connection questions, ma'am, number 1 is, have we mistaken provision for connection in parenting? How do we bridge that gap? Then 2, am I too fast? Then
no
2,
problem.
all right, ma'am. Number 2, in what ways are modern parents unknowingly disconnected from their children? I'll say it again. In what ways are modern parents unknowingly connected from their children? Then 3, for this segment, for this first segment, how can children initiate reconnection without dishonoring or disrespecting their parents? Maybe you should just answer this first set, ma'am. So as soon as you're done, I'll ask you the
Okay.
societal yes, so that I will not bombard you with too many questions. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so much. Yes, we have allowed modernization. We have allowed, uh, will I use tag names or tag themes to disorganize our parental structures? You hear the society uh, have come to target, oh, the Gen Z, old school, the boomers, and all that, the millennium. These are teams that have come to give support to nonsense, I will say. The core value of every human being, the core value of why we are made is for us to succeed. It's for us to live well. It's for us to be decent. It's for us to imbibe all the values. If you go back to creation, Adam and Eve, there was a sin of disobedience. God told them, don't eat of this fruit. And when Eve took it and prepared it, and Adam ate, after much, much warnings, I won't say we are still suffering from that, but indirectly we are. I mean, so uh, parents have missed it through so many things and so many family foundations and backgrounds, from a father moving out of the home and going out there, from a child growing up all on his own. A lot of is you in the society we live in. I mean, when you watched your father grow and he taught you some things, those things are still sometimes you find that you just build like a nostalgic feeling over them, that, oh, when I was growing up, my father used to do this, my father used to do that. And those days, parents used to. Some parents even came out clean telling you, I have this habit, I don't want you to go into this habit. But we seem to be shelving, we seem to be lying, we seem to be putting everything, we seem to be in a copying world. We just keep copying. A parent will tell you, "Oh, I fought hard to train myself," and the parent is out there working, 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 working. He's not even thinking of his children. He's not coming back home to impart values. He feels that the parental value is that he can give to any child is money. No, money is not everything. You can give education to a child, but if you don't support that child with moral education, that child is going to grow up and become a society or a societal misfit. That child is going to grow up and become an adult agbero. We have them in our society. We have them as our leaders. They are there. You can tell that this person was not properly raised well, and you don't. If you did not come out, if you did not come out well, you can't expect your products to be well. So I don't know, Cluster and Fares, if I've answered that first question. That's how we have missed it. We must go back. We must go back to the core values of who we are, of where we come from, how we were born, how we were raised. And we still remember there are some parents who became successful. They'll tell you their stories. They'll tell you their stories. Dangote, the richest man who has handed over his chairmanship to one Mr. Emmanuel Ekasobo now. Dangote was a trader, but he's been able to train his children. He has a lot of daughters. He's been able to train them. He's been not only sending them to school. When you see those children, you can tell that even in their Islamic culture, they are well groomed and raised. So I hope that answers my question.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it boils down on the society. It boils down on families. It boils down on what the society has thrown to us. We have become, we are Africans. We must know that we are Africans. We must know who we are. We don't know who we are anymore because we are caught up in the world of the the unusual. We just keep saying it. We talk about, oh, Gen Z, millennium, millennium. What is Gen Z? We are all A to Z. We were all made A to Z. There's no alphabet that was left out in our lives. And when it comes to when it now balls on us training our children, living our lives well, we must be A to Z. Every alphabet that starts with A that ends in Z, we must live it out well. We must become achievers. And when we are achievers, we we rise, we do exploit. Let us go back to the old way. Let us, the society is responsible. What I'm telling you now is a three-tier thing: a family, community, nation, society. We must all work pari passu. We must all work hand in hand to be able to bring back these core values that can shape or reshape the future of the world. We must learn to tell our children the truth, moral integrity, moral. That's why I'm happy Ambassador uh, Adekunle Badmus talked about building schools for moral integrity, moral certification, moral values. We must be able to equate all this. So that is what I think, and I hope I've been able to answer that question. It's a broad-based question. It's a question that I can go on and on. We should begin to ask ourselves, where have we gone wrong? Truth and reconciliation of where we have delved into the you cannot take Coca-Cola and mix it with Fanta. You are not going to get a beautiful color. So we cannot be Africans and want to live like the Europeans. We cannot be Africans and want to live like the Americans. They all have their values. And I tell people, even the true American family, the true European family, the first thing you notice is their children are well raised. Yes, in every society we must have societal misfits, but the basic, those families that make up real good families in the other world are well raised. They were born with moral values. They were left with the legacy of moral values. Some of them, that's why you find the people who make ketchup, people who make ketchup, they are a family. It's for decades now, they are still doing it because they were all well raised. The big yellow, the herbal tea, it's been there since 1928. They are still producing. Somebody has not taken that money to quaff it. One child has not been, and there is no dysfunctionality in that family system. That's why they can keep up that business. That's why they can keep up that business, just like Ambassador Adekunle Badmus is raising his children now. Tomorrow they'll come and become, because he gave them good foundations, they'll come tomorrow and become the CEO of global clusters, and they will now build global clusters into a different world. So that's what it is. We must carefully look at where we have gone wrong. Those days they say, oh, the parents, the poor man's child knows it all because of the native sense. Let me use that word. No, it's not like that. The poor man's child will come and tell you, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to wash plates. I don't wash plates with my hands. They'll be forming because what are they called? They are called the Gen Zs. So let's take off all these theme and tags from life's creation. Let us remove all these theme and tags from the values of morality, and let us really look deep down into where we have gone wrong and begin to make amends. Thank you. The second one is, in what ways have parents disconnected? This same question is still answering the first. They have disconnected in so many ways because a lot of things, distractions. Yes, we look at the economy, we look at the way the society runs. 24 hours is no longer a day. The lifestyle, the communal lifestyle, the rural lifestyle, the global of the world, a lot. A parent will say, oh, he wakes up in the morning, has a lot to do. He spends so much. My parents spend so much training me, and they want me to deliver. The pressure, you just put unnecessary pressure where your primary responsibility, you abdicate that primary responsibility of being a father in your home. Sometimes you push the job to the mother. It's 50-50. If we must all learn to give and take. We now say, no, I left my wife. I go to work to make money. She should take care of the children. No, it's the responsibility of the father and mother to raise good children. It takes a whole village to raise good children. So that is where we have got it all wrong. Looking at misinformation, not properly classified. We want to sometimes uh, uh, make up what we feel and begin to sell it. The value is not there anymore. Nobody is grateful for life. Nobody has values for life. It all boils down to values. That's where they have gone wrong. How can children reconnect? Yes, those days you find the child of the Eleron, the meat seller. The meat seller's child will tell you, oh, my father is selling meat. I don't want to sell meat. I want to be a doctor. And that child will be struggling with the peer influence. He will not go out there to play with his friends. Instead, he is using lamp to read in the night or candle to read. That same child will wake up in the morning. It all boils down to values. If these children can reconnect, if parents can help reconnect, if the society, and that's why I am throwing it open to global clusters, stakeholders. There are a lot we can do. If global clusters decide to pick up a crusade today and partner with local government, state government, and they begin to do door-to-door orientation on how to raise children, you are inviting them to town hall meetings for them to listen, for those mothers who are not too educated, how they can raise their children, how they can uh, uh, parent their children. I think our nation and the world will be a better place when we don't have to shield. We have so shielded this generation to a point where they don't even know. You find a young man of 35, he calls himself a youth, he's still living with his father and mother, causing wahala because the parents have overshielded him. We look at what is happening too. You look around our political class, most of them are amassing money for their children. They are stealing the nation. They are buying insatiable quest for wealth that they want to live with their children. A child that has such background, tell me, would you think that child will want to go to school? No, because that child is already waiting for the ill-gotten money that he will continue to spend as his legacy. So that is uh, what I feel, and I feel that children, parents, society, government, uh, and community leaders, stakeholders, we can all work hand in hand and bring, if not total eradication of what is gone wrong, we can correct, reset, and remold that setting again for us to be able to get along well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. You have done justice to the first phase. And at this juncture, I would just like to draw the curtain because of our time, ma'am. I will drop the
Yeah.
remaining questions. Yes, I will drop. Let me hand
No,
over to.
I will next week. Next week,
All right, ma'am.
it's a whole lot of topic.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
it's broad based. Next week, I'll continue on this same path so that we can
Oh,
answer these questions. Because
oh, beautiful.
a society that is beautiful is made up of people who have built moral values over the years, whose moral values have been like a foundation that they can pass on and on. So by next week, we'll continue. Thank you so much, Cluster and Fares, for these
Yes.
thought-provoking questions.
Thank you, ma'am. I want to quickly hand over to the 001 review clusters of the global clusters. Mr. Sheyo Dusha, over to you, sir. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so very much for the interactive session. It has been a wonderful one. Mommy colleagues, I'm sure that we've gained a lot, and your voice is all over the world. It's on YouTube, it's on Facebook, and I'm very sure that you have blessed a lot of people, that doesn't have anyone to speak with them. There are some parents right now that will be learning. There are some children right now that will be learning. You are actually helping and saving lives right now. I really appreciate all you do. Thanks for all you do for humanity. And we are very sure that posterity will forever will be grateful for what you've done, for what we've given every time and every now and then. Thanks very much, man. We appreciate you. Thank you so very much. Uh, we need to appreciate you in the voice of the global president, Ambassador Dr. Adekunle Badmus. He's the global president. He established this, and he's not even here now. But look at the value that we are getting because of what he has done. Thank you so very much, man, for supporting this vision and helping the whole world, get value. They're helping our nation and helping the humanity. Thank you very much. We really appreciate. And for
Yes.
that, we're going to be moving for today and coming back next week for accurate connection again, 5 o'clock on next week Thursday again by the grace of God. Thank you so very much for what you do. Yes, before
Thank
we
you so
go, we ask ourselves, who are we? We are the community of professionals or upcoming professionals. We're the community of technocrats or upcoming technocrats. We're the community of entrepreneurs or upcoming entrepreneurs, where we share accurate knowledge of what we know because we believe that what we know, when you have the right knowledge, you have the right power. Where we share accurate information of what we do because we know that the information you have is like a bridge for you to move from where you are to where you ought to be. And we share accurate connection because we believe to whoever you are connected to determine what you collect, like we have collected from our mommy today. And we're not just a social media platform alone whereby you start making money the day you get onboarded, where you can come showcase your markets and you sell like a pro, where you have all the features of the Facebook, where you can make calls, connect with people, the right people. The global cluster platform of the global clusters is where we are pushing to make our nation great again. That's why we come every time to have our meetings, our trainings to develop ourselves because we believe that a developed people make up developed nations. And you can check us out on our Play Store. Join us on the Play Store. You can download the app or you check us out on our website www.theglobalclusters.org. Check us out there, subscribe, and come every time for our daily meetings. Tomorrow is Friday, 5 p.m. Also, we are here to talk about certificates evolution, where we come talk about what we can do, what we can learn, so that we can be empowered to be self-reliant and self-dependence and to financial freedom. Thank you so very much. We appreciate you, Ma. Thanks to all that have joined us today. We appreciate you,
much.
Ma. Thank you so very much. And I am Cluster Oluwaseyi. For now, I say peace out and bye for now. See you tomorrow. Thank you, Ma.
God bless you. Bye.